so much. It's gonna be a relief.
Yo, what's
I
Gucci,
really,
baby? We're back with another CPI game, and they've actually gone and started without me. Cheeky kids. We have a game here going on between Felfor, DJporpor, US national finalist, had the win in hand when Griffin won it, and was next Raw. Marisu and KellyC of if you're watching these streams, you probably already know who Kelly is from many competitive games and streams. Felfor with the 895. Let's look at this board real quick. Hello, Yorai. Nice. Instant tune in first in chat. Welcome. 895 up to 84. Pretty interesting. Very low all board. 84 is not necessarily unattractive on this board. 84 to 89 potentially. Is that a play for someone? Hello, Garth. Hello, hello. How are you doing? There is no wood brick together apart from this 5, 10, 12 now in terms of starting roads. This 11 is going to matter a lot. If it rolls or if it doesn't, will be pretty impactful for those players because they're guaranteed to have good wheat. Sheetport might be a consideration for Felfor here. I know he likes a good sheetport, and 8-4 with the sheetport is a fantastic expansion. Woodport looks potentially lucrative here. 5, 6, 12 generally is not a bad spot with so much wheat. Okay. Alright, news just in. We're getting Dandy Drew up in here. Okay, we're gonna get Dandy Drew in here. Yo, open sesame, Dandy's gonna join me on commentary right now. Alright, so Kelly on this board. Alright, let me get Dandy in the booth. Where is he? Here he is. Yo.
Yo. Give me a second, David George. Speaker. Perfect. Do you hear me?
Yes, I do. How you doing, man?
And I've got the worst sunburn right now. My head looks like a strawberry. It's pretty amazing.
Well, that's why I'm streaming, man. That's
yeah. We don't want to.
I don't get any sun here in Germany. It's not a risk. Yeah, so we've got a pretty interesting game going on here.
For sure.
People from everywhere across the world.
Yeah. Also, a very just interesting table in terms of personalities, right? Like, everyone kind of brings a little something different, which, I think that was kind of the key of CPI, was to just kind of bring diverse talent across the world. So this is a fun one for sure.
Definitely.
So it looks like first was Felfor. I'm just kind of getting acclimated to the table. So he goes 8-5-9.
Yeah.
Pretty sensible pick. Interesting to point up, though, right? I mean, the 8-9 is such a nice spot. I wonder if he's anticipating that going to somebody else.
Yeah, I mean, just looking at that 8-4 expansion, I was just saying how I think, worst case scenario, 6-10 is not a terrible option to build onto that 8-4. If you anticipate that, get onto the 8-4 and the 11-10, I guess you got some kind of play.
Yeah.
Okay.
And even 8-4 down's not horrible either.
8-4 to the 8-9 is also not bad, exactly. And in terms of starting roads, the only one that matches that, well, the only one that exists does match that. It's the 5-10-12. You get the wheat, point right to the 6-10, get onto the 8-9. That's quite a good game too.
Yeah, it's what, like, I love these, like, with base random. There's so many different maps where you have to kind of build the perfect setup, but once you get it, maybe you first get those 1 to 2 road settles, your setup's complete. So there's a lot of interesting ideas here with that for sure.
Yeah, and typical for a low all board, people considering the port play is always going to be quite lucrative. That wheat port for Kelly, there's a lot of wheat on this board. Wood port for Marisu. That 5-6-12 generally has really good port access. If he gets both of those spots, he's looking pretty good.
Yeah, I wonder what he's going to do here. I mean, there's nothing that stands out that screams perfect. But there's definitely some good ideas. You know, you do have like 8-11-2 to 11-4. Maybe he might go 9-5-3. Okay,
Yeah, he does.
Right.
Okay. I was wondering if even something like I think 8-4 actually could have run a game here potentially, but 6-2-4 up to 11-4 is kind of a different variation, where you just make this 6 really powerful.
Yeah. Oh man, if that 2 shows up even just one time, it's gonna be great for him.
Well, you know, Kelly's game has now basically become the 2, the 3, and the 11. The wheat is not very tradable, so
yeah,
he's gonna have to get a little bit lucky here. Wow, and the 9-2-10, crazy, doesn't take the 6-10-2 there. To me,
all
that
the
is
brick. Yeah.
Huh.
It's risky, right? Because if he loses any of those road settles, his game's really bad.
So the only thing, what I think is interesting about this is that this gives, probably Porpo does not take this spot. I think Porpo is like a really nice spot in the wood here on the 9-5-3. So leaving that spot open for Felfor does make it so that the sheet board is more likely to be open at the bottom. I think if you locked that and Felfor's between 5-10-12 and 6-10, he might just take 6-10. So this might work in Marisu's favor, actually, if he still gets the 6-10 expansion on the wheat, and then the sheet port, he's got the wood port.
He needs that desperately, because it's like he doesn't really have a lot of production, so he counteracts that with a little bit more efficiency. So we'll see. I mean, obviously he's going to have a lot of brick, so it shouldn't be an issue in terms of dropping a few roads. I guess the question is, even if Marisu gets the 6-10, like how much juice is that in his setup? Yeah, I mean, this looks great for DJ.
Yeah, for sure. And then, you know, it's a question of, does Felfor with the 8-9 to 8-4 is probably a bit too funky, but it's not. 8-9 is like very good on this board. Yeah, the 3-1.
Yeah, or even 6-10. 6-10 left or 6-10 down. I mean,
yeah, you got 6-2-4. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, wow. He goes to the plow on Kelly. Chances are he does get it.
Kelly's not going to like this one.
All right.
Hey, that's a great roll, though.
What a roll. So Kelly now is 6 or an 8 away from a city, and that's all he needed there was 111.
Yeah, he needed that desperately.
Wow.
What do you, I mean, so Dav, I'm curious, what do you think about this plow? Do you feel like this is just putting a little bit too much tension in the system? Or, I mean, I kind of feel like 6-10 left. It's, you know, there's potentially even a deal there where everyone wins, right? Everyone gets something to work with.
Yeah, I feel like, well, that's the city for Kelly. I feel like the 11-4 plow is not necessary when you have 8-4 to go to.
Yeah, exactly.
I think 8-4 is excellent. And now you're kind of on a timer to drop a roll to 11-4, which you don't really need as badly as 8-4, I guess. It is a good 3-1, though. It does help. You're going to make a lot of sheep this game.
Yeah.
I worry that you might get plowed to the 8-4.
Yeah. I mean, I guess technically if he gets plowed that way, he could plow back to the 8-9 if he wants.
Yeah. It depends how it rolls out, because, you know, wood for 2 or... Oh, okay, so this is the unplowed deal for Kelly. This is the only way to save himself. It's a nice idea.
So now for 3 rolls, Kelly... Oh, my God.
Wow.
So he's got, what, 5 ore, brick, wheat, and then... Well, 2 wheat, 5 ore.
This is Kelly's time. This is it. He's back for CPI base random, and you know he made it to the finals last time. He's back for more.
He just understands variance, I guess. You know?
That 11's crazy. Well, I understand now why he asked me to set up a dice seed with loads of 11s for this game. So.
Oh my goodness, yeah, the 6s and 11s.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, the thing is with Felfor's setup, I see what he's going for, where you can see, like, let's say he gets 11-4 and the 8-4. It's actually, like, perfect in terms of ratios. It's just, like, you are taking that risk if you don't get the 11-4. You're putting all your money on one road settle without a port.
Oh, okay, there you go. Pretty interesting trade to grab there from Marisu. Kelly owes Marisu a non-block. All right.
So what is he doing here? He got insurance, but he gave up 2 ore.
Yo, this also saves Kelly, right? No, did Kelly start with brick?
He did.
Oh my God, he traded for a brick here. Okay. Yeah, well, that makes
he has a city and 2 brick. That's his hand.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. Well, Porpor has a wood, and you can't extort on the 7, so you just run Porpor. And if you get City Road, wow. I mean, Felfor so hard punished for that.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's a little unnecessary, honestly. But I guess we'll find out. Did he get it? Well, we know the city's going down. That we know for sure. What? Oh, it's insurance. Let's give a break for 2R. It's going to be interesting. I think for Marisu, kind of looks like he's going to be playing the road game, right? He's going to have all this brick, and then ideally with the 6-10, picking up the 10 wood, coordinated 10s. Feels like Felfor, DJ are probably going to be going into the dev deck, kind of playing more of a build-up game versus a build-across game. And then Kelly, I don't really know where Kelly fits in. I mean, he'll need the 11-4 to get the port flexibility and obviously picking up the 4 sheep. But it's not so clear to me that he can win on devs here unless the 11 just goes absolutely maniac.
Yeah, he's rolled enough 11s to get probably 2 cities here, but yeah, it still does need a little bit of balancing. That it remains the same, that he doesn't have consistent production. I think even with a city,
Yeah.
You're still going to need an 11 to come through. You don't make sheep naturally. The wood and the brick are very hard to come by, at least to guarantee coming by. Like, for example, the wood situation here is very unsafe for Kelly, and he has quite a lot of roads that could be useful for him to build, and he is not likely to do that.
Yeah.
So now he's giving away cities for a road.
Yeah.
There's two ore in Marisu's hand.
And the thing is, like they both lose at the end of the day, right? Like Felfor loses, Kelly loses with this kind of situation. So
yeah, I don't like where that this ore gets distributed like this. I mean, Porpor getting 2 ore here is pretty massive. It's a good trade for him.
Oh, it's fantastic. Yeah.
Because he also has great wheat, so. And then great expansions. You get onto the 8-9, you have coordinated 8s, you have both 9s. You can expand onto the 8-4 or just the other 8 or the 4 at the top. You can make your rolls really good. There's a 5-10-12 in the middle too.
Yeah. Well, interesting too, Kelly did not rob DJ there. He robbed Felfor.
Yeah, I do not know why. Oh, man. He doesn't city. And
heart.
the city burns, literally.
My heart.
Literally and metaphorically, the city is in flames.
Well, it's almost like if he just drops the city on the 6-3-11, like he just go to Wheatport, right? Like all of a sudden he can play off the Wheatport flexibility versus trying to get the 3-1. Like it's a 5-point spot, but that's shocking to me.
Yeah, I do find that shocking as well.
We've been proved wrong many times, man. We've been proved wrong many times.
I just, you get blessed to roll 2 11s very early on. You manage to roll up to 5 ore in hand. You have a clean city.
Mm-hmm.
Thing is, Kelly had the steal there to drop a road and build a city, and for some reason decided to not go for it. I don't know what that was meant to be, but now there's no city,
and now the wood rolls
all of your ore, and he's given 2 ore away to ensure himself from the ore that he rolled. So you gave away the ore, and then he ported all of it anyway. So basically, he did all of that to build a road. He got the most luck that you could possibly hope for at this stage in the game, and it's all become one road. And Marisu has ore.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, luckily it's early days, right? Like, it's still everyone's at 2 points. I think obviously we can disagree with that play, but the consequences are probably minimal at this point. And the ironic thing is the 3 did just roll, right? So it's like if you just drop the city.
Roll, yeah.
Be patient, because the thing is, like Felfor with the 5 being blocked, he cannot produce a wood.
Yeah.
So you actually didn't have to drop that road. There was no actual threat of being plowed.
Yeah, and there's no good trade to give Porpor here for the wood. He's already blocked, and no one really has all to give. Man.
Well, interesting start. That's what we love to see. Some surprising Catan.
Yeah, surprising. I'm just let's see how this works out. I feel like I don't even care that much about like if it's right or wrong. I just I feel like it's such a massive cause of divergence, like butterfly effect stuff.
Oh, for sure.
The game could have been so drastically different by the end if the city drops and the steal happened and he got the wood, for example. Yeah, it's definitely interesting when stuff like that happens so early.
So I guess the question is, does Kelly even? I don't think he even has ore anymore.
No,
I think he traded imported all the way.
He gave one ore away to Marisu. It was he gave two, but it was actually the insurance. So he gave him a free ore to insure him, and then he ported the other 4. So there's all 5 of them gone.
Now here's the genius, right? He's going to settle. 11's going to roll. He'll have 3 ore for the city.
It's
coming,
settle.
you know.
And you got the sheep from Felfor, I think. Then.
Yeah.
Kelly rolling 3s. Here we go.
Massive. A lot of trade value on this board given the current brick as well.
Lack of 5s also means that Marisu, who started with 3 brick in hand, cannot drop a road, which is pretty slow.
For what it's worth, Kelly did get the first blood on the board, though, right? You know, that settle is worth something. He just needs the 11s to come back.
Yeah, so. It is. It is worth something for sure. I think for Porpor, you have a great chance. I think blocking the 6 wheat makes a lot of sense for Porpor here.
Correct. Yeah.
Because you basically just have all the wheat rolls then, which I like.
Well, I mean, the thing is, the wheat probably is not as valuable as you think, given the fact that the ore is minimal. So it's like, what are you using the wheat for? It's like, Kelly has all the wood. There's very minimal ore with the 11s and 4s.
Yeah, so I mean, I just like to block more. It's more likely to roll.
Correct. Yeah. It's cards.
And I like in that situation. Then you do have trades with Felfor. You do have trades with Marisu as well. It's only really Kelly who might be able to offer something.
Yeah.
Okay, so he actually gives a 2-for-1 to get the road down there. Marisu has now got a dev in hand.
It's a good trade for him.
It is great value.
Yeah.
When you start with
anytime you can get a wheat plus a card, I think it's a no-brainer for Marisu.
Yeah. Okay, so Marisu blocks the 8 here.
Yeah, not too bad. I mean, maybe even the 5's not a bad deal, just to kind of like make your 5 a little bit more valuable.
I think 5 is an excellent block.
Yeah.
I actually think it is better than the 8.
Yeah.
There is something. Yeah. Kelly's point is not that big yet. But I guess once he gets the wheat port, things start to get a little interesting.
Yeah, I think they're going to make it like. Obviously, he got a lot of trades early on. I mean, I don't know how helpful they're going to be to get him to the wheat port, because I think that's definitely going to help his game quite a bit. So it's either he rolls it really nicely or they make it very costly for him. But these 3s are nuts. Just
nice 4.
I think most people would agree here. Like, if you look at DJ's game, it kind of feels like his setup's just the most straightforward. I mean, it's a ton of production. 8-9 is a massive. It's a 9-point spot with a 3-1 port.
Yeah.
Of course, I mean, all he needs is that.
Felfor now has to commit to 8-4.
Yeah.
You see what's happened here. I mean, all of this went down, and Felfor has actually not done anything. He's never spent a card.
Mm-hmm. And honestly, I thought 6-10 left was great. I mean, you get almost a guaranteed 3 hex spot. You get 8-4. You get a road network. You can build around the desert.
Trades brick to Kelly for wood wheat. Okay.
He's getting these deals, man. He's getting these deals.
That's a big 5 for the table.
There we go. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Marisu has a pretty. Like everyone definitely has a way to win this game. I would say actually, probably Felfor has to put in the most work to guarantee a win here. He's going to have to secure that 5-10-12. If you can get 5-10-12 and the 6-10 somehow, that would obviously be everything, but I don't think Marisu will let that happen.
Well, it's going to really depend here. Like, if Marisu wants to go for the sheep port right away and like kind of hang that 6-10, it might bite him in the ass. But I think he probably should drop the road 6-10 just to secure that spot.
I think so. I think just the coordinate to 6 is so good.
But you just need the road network too. I think getting plowed and giving Felfor that.
Interesting. That is very valuable. Oh, interesting.
Okay.
All right.
Well, he's picked up the wheat, which I think was a big win for him.
Yeah, so now looking to settle on that wood port, that would make a 6 and a 5 at dev.
That's great.
Yeah. Cooling to 10's potentially around the corner if he gets down there. 5, 10, 12 is still very interesting. That's one road builder out though.
I think that was the right play though. I think setting up the 6-10 in the wood port, doubles the wood, which goes really well with the brick.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
Here goes Kelly.
Oh, the 11 for Kelly. Good lord. It's happened again.
What a lucky duck, man. So how many 11s is that? That's
3 11s and 4 3s. It's I think half of the rolls this game being the 3 and the 11.
He finds a way to get these rolls, man. He really does.
No, it's the Kelly effect, and I'm telling you, there's nothing we can do about it. We've taken a look on the inside of the system. Two sheep can't do anything about it. He's too powerful.
And like it's good for anyone that's new to CPI. I mean, Kelly did get to the finals of CPI 3, so he clearly knows something we don't.
Yeah, no, I mean there is an obvious advantage to some of these rolls. I mean, if the 11 is a powerhouse roll, it's just considered unlikely. But on this all board, you can make it happen. I don't disagree necessarily with the placements. It was just the the all going away. It feels so sad, but it's back.
Yeah.
Because it's not impossible. It's just unlikely. Ooh.
Well, it feels like, I mean, just kind of keeping an eye on all the different roles. It feels like Kelly's been getting a roll at least every other roll.
He's producing a lot of cards. Yeah. Porto with the Year of Plenty. Here we go. Is this a city? This cannot be a settle city.
City would be massive. Just 8-9-4.
This is where you just randomly plow Felfor on the 8. Okay, nice. No city. I think he's holding 2 ore in hand, maybe 3.
Right.
No, he's holding 3 ore in hand. Yeah. Oh, he spelled 1.
Okay. The 4 popped a few times.
Yeah, the Porto must be spent on ore. Kelly's about to city. Nice 5 too.
Pretty sure he has because of the 6. I think he has the 2 week.
Yeah, he should. Yeah.
Right, 5 roll. All right, Kelly.
Here we go. Boom,
easy
city.
Easy money. Easy money.
All right. Oh man, Felfor is. If he wins this, I think it's that's got to be one of the games of the week.
For sure. He needs so much to go in his favor at this point, though, just given the makeup of this board.
He has very little advantage. Is also the big issue. Through rolls, it's very difficult to get any kind of position. So he's gonna have to get some wild stuff in there, some crazy devs or some crazy trades or some,
pretty much,
fair win condition.
This is like an interesting concept in Catan strategy, like having dominating roles where it's like there's no role that you really benefit from the most.
Yeah, and we see people. It is definitely possible to gain the advantage when you don't have better roles than other people, but if you have better roles and you're using your cards better, you're just more likely to gain the advantage. So it is difficult.
And in the solo block and DJ, I don't know if I agree with that one quite yet.
All right, hits Kelly.
Yeah.
Crazy. I mean, honestly, if Kelly wins this, it also would be game of the week. I don't believe, even with this city, even with that settled, the port, this is not an easy game. I would not feel safe in this position. With that 6 blocked, you're working off a very limited setup. Really is down to the 11s.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, if the 11s keep showing up, I mean, I don't think we've even seen a 9, as far as I can tell.
Yeah, I believe
no, not a single 9.
No 2 and no 12 either.
Well, that's a little bit more reasonable, right?
Yeah, that makes sense. Wood sheep for Marisu trying to trade into an ore here.
I mean, I don't really understand why Felfor would block the 9. Like DJ does have the 8, right? Like, it doesn't seem that
Well,
impactful of a block.
yeah, I guess if you're just weighing up between like soloing Kelly on the 11 or hitting Porpor, he probably is a bit more consistent to get points down. I guess Porpor's not a crazy block. It's a decent Ross.
It's decent, yeah.
It's whatever.
Well, I mean, I think if Kelly can get the Wii port in like the next orb or two, I don't hate his chances. I mean, the 4's been rolling, so he's got a ton of sheep. And honestly, it would just take 111, and he's going to hit 4 ore in his hand, and all of a sudden that can be 2 dabs or another city.
Yeah, speaking of city, Porpor I think has just rolled into the city with that 4.
Will he survive? It depends. If Felfor if he stole one of the ores.
I think it's a 3-way game. For me, it looks that way.
For sure.
I think Marisu definitely has potential to really stack up in this ports, and he's completely alone on that 5-6-12. The ports are really good, the settles are really good, the rolls are good, the road play is there, cities are very powerful, and yeah, I figure Marisu has a decent shot to pull through here. Porpor definitely is like, Porpor's basically never off the table for this game because he always has good rolls and he always has good options.
Yeah.
And then Kelly can definitely also win from this position. It's just a matter of how he can keep the game going for himself. I think Felfor is basically out of the game.
Yeah, it's interesting. And there's like, obviously he's asking for a break because we haven't had a single 9, so it's
and not two either.
Very interesting. But he's Felfor is a really good player. He's very good at working with the table, so I'm sure there are deals. But I guess it'd probably be with Marisu. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. He gives him a wood. I think that's a good trade for Marisu, who just rolled the 10. Okay, so 8-4 happens. I guess you can now say that the 4 is a slightly advantageous roll for Felfor, but that's assuming that Porpor doesn't drop a city there right now, and he will.
I think he will, yeah.
Yeah.
That's such a monster city spot.
Yeah, and the thing is, in positions like Felfor, if you have some starting ore and you roll a couple or whatever, that's such a massive roll for Porpor. He might even have city pop. But Felfor doesn't have a good opportunity to be able to like settle city there. There's no way to stockpile ore. He doesn't have it. Wow, 849 city.
Right,
all of that.
Settle. Yeah.
Do you see the problem now? I mean, even worse than what it was before is that Felfor is committed now his entire game effectively to the 8-4.
Yeah.
And the 8 is now coordinated 3 cards on the port for Porpor, and the 4 is basically a city for Porpor. It's like
plus the port advantage, right? Like the ability to port it.
What do you even want to roll? The 9 is 4 cards. It's like what do you? There's nothing good to roll here. You just need to get the luckiest devs ever, I think.
Essentially, yeah. Like I think a road builder, maybe to 5-10-12, or picking up the 3-1 on the 4.
So Marisu settled Woodport.
Not that exciting. Yeah, that's great. That's great.
Yeah. No, Felfor does have a chance. It is possible, but it's just such an outside possibility. Like he needs to get so much value from outside of the rolls, but also he still needs to have cards.
Yeah. I think it's one of those like sometimes you just got to accept the fact that variance has to swing your way, whether it's in the rolls, but also the development cards for sure. Also, Kelly's kind of slowed down a little bit. I think now that he's not getting some of those trades that he was getting, the bricks, there's no brick with the 2. The 11 slowed down. It's like you can kind of see his position is, he's been on 4 cards for a little bit now. So
can I just say, I think I was kind of joking when I said it initially, but the more I look at it, I think it is actually pretty viable. Is this 8-9 on the left that Porpor took for Felfor? I think he would have been in a better spot than he is now.
Probably. 8. You said about 8-9 left, and then go just the 8-4, and then kind of have that wrap around the 8.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, at least you would have nice 8s and 9s instead of what Porpor has.
Speaking of 9s, that's the first 9, so everyone's gets to enjoy some brick, except Kelly.
Yeah, that's true, dude. Porpor just rolled 4 cards off the 9. That is such a diabolical roll.
Yeah,
and it's not going to get blocked that week, especially off the 8 now. Big 5. Good.
Here it goes.
It's gonna get
nasty. The thing for Porpor too, his game's so simple. It's like all he has to do now is just buy development cards.
Yeah, and he has easy roll settles too.
Yeah, it's extra points.
Oh
my
God damn!
This double dev.
That's a roll settle in hand as well.
Yeah, I don't think he needs that. I think he just pops twice here. Oh.
Well, he doesn't have. He didn't have to. Yeah, he has. He has the ore anyway.
Never mind.
Whew. Damn. I mean, Felfor is literally in this position. All he can do is desperate pop and hope you pull like 3 VPs no mono or something.
Yeah.
Before Porpo wins. And you see, like, this is the thing with Porpo's position. Kelly did get some high variance, but Porpo doesn't need to get very lucky to be doing okay. Like, he always continues.
Man, it would be so interesting to see if Kelly just dropped the city. Just to kind of see what kind of game would have transpired.
Yeah. I mean, he could really have had City and 11-4.
Mm-hmm.
And stolen the wood from Porpo, who is still a bigger threat than Felfor could ever be.
For sure.
Whew. All right. Well, Marisu is looking... Worth noting, Marisu, he's offering ore away. What?
Well, he's got a ton of wood, right? Because that 5 did pop a few times.
He's giving ore.
This has to be a city play. Unless he's going
he
to road
gave
settle.
ore away for sheep wheat. What? Is he going for the 6-10? Is he going for 5-10-12? Sure.
I think he is. Is he going to port the wood for brick? What is he doing?
That ore was such a great opportunity to build a banger city.
Yeah, and he needs it, I think, to compete.
He doesn't make ore. I mean, yeah. Okay, so what's the plan now? Let's see. 6-10 sheep port isn't bad. 5-10-12 isn't bad.
I don't mind the 5-10-12. I feel like it almost guarantees him road long term.
11-10. 11-10 is not great. You don't want the 11 to roll.
I don't know what he's doing here. He wants
Why
wheat.
is this happening? What is this happening for?
Well, that's the nice thing with the replays, right? We can always go back, investigate.
I don't believe there's any investigation to be done here. He shouldn't be given away. Or is he undoing his trade with Kelly? Oh wow! And he just ports for more. Okay.
Well, interesting.
I thought he's had some rolls in hand for a while. I'm curious that he's not. Oh. So he was super close to City.
Yeah, he might have had it.
He was pretty close. Oh.
Okay, well, he doesn't have a road builder. We know that.
All right, yeah. Well, no, it says to me because he traded the ore away for a wheat, so technically we don't know if he has another wheat.
Yeah.
But it was close.
I think that's one of those situations where you just have to port and pass. You know, if you're
just hold.
Yeah.
But I don't
You're
see the
so
reason to
close
give
to
the
a
ore
city.
away. He gave Kelly, so Kelly got a dev. I don't understand why you trade the ore there at all because he had the wooden hand to port anyway. Okay, well anyway, Kelly's managed to get a dev out of this.
Yeah. By the way, how devastating is the 4 roll now? I mean,
Yeah,
every 4
4
is just. I mean, it's really bad for the board. Ooh. That's also a bad roll too.
Yeah, 9, and that was right after the 8 as well. Oof. I think this is just going to be Porpo's game.
At this point, he doesn't even need army.
Whew. All right.
It's like these big rolls are a menace. So clearly, I feel like for Porpor to get the 849, 953, it's like something maybe went wrong from a bouncing perspective. Where do you think? Oh my God, these rolls. Where do you think that happened? Like, where do you think things tilted?
895, 895 for first. I think was a problem.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I think 894 is extremely justifiable. I think there's almost no downside to it. You have so many good outs.
Correct, yeah.
I mean,
especially knowing
even
that
coastal 89 is insane. The wood, the 610, whatever, even 4-3.
Yeah, 610's not bad at all. You can play sheep port with that setup. Like 610 up to 1011, and you pick up the extra ore. It's great.
Yeah. Because you've gone 8-9-5 as first here, and you have absolutely no unique advantage whatsoever. Like, you don't even benefit from being able to city the ore. He's everything that Felfor has in this 8-9-5 is completely dominated by the 8-9-4. He has there's just nothing to play for here, and I think that is directly caused by 8-9-5 pick.
Yeah, you might be right there. I think some of the tensions of also trying to have this road battle on the 6-4-2, and Kelly obviously trying to hit Felfor. It's like an unnecessary tension in the board, which actually bounces it even further.
This board is really pretty crazy. I just think it's a little greedy to try and get the ore advantage here. With the 8-9-5, 8-9-4 is gonna get incredible setup. Year of Plenty. All right.
Reasonable. I mean, ideally you would trade for a brick on this board. I mean, there was actually a ton of brick. I'm assuming there might have been a trade there for Kelly, but
yeah, Kelly's not very scary.
So essentially, Kelly needs 6s and 11s.
Yeah, yeah, and 3s.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Helpful giving away ore here. Does no one want to build cities? I don't. Why is everyone trading away the only ore they get?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Not sure.
Can DJ take 5-10-12 with a 9 roll? I don't know.
Well, he might just be close to winning if he has the VP. I guess we're about to find out. I mean, it actually could just be game this turn. Also, Dev, what do you I think there's also something to be said about potentially Marisu's pick as well. Like visually, the 9-10-2 just seems a little bit strange to me.
Yeah, I think 6-10-2 is pretty handy. He was really slow for not being able to roll wood to go with the brick. I think 6-10-2 is pretty justifiable. The expansions are good. Like I said, I think the only real advantage of 9-10-2 is that you give Felfor options that aren't just the 6-10. And he did get that, but then he didn't go for the 6-10 with the road builder anyway. So I don't know.
Right. Yeah, I'm not too crazy about the 6-10 for Felfor. I mean, obviously he gets a sheep port, but he's giving up ore and wheat, so it's kind of like it's a wash.
Huh? Who's giving up ore and wheat?
I'm saying. So were you saying Felfor if he goes 8-9-5 6-10?
No, I was saying that if Marisu had taken the 6-10-2, you make it so that Felfor is probably going to have to take the 6-10 or the 8-9 on the left.
Got it. Yeah, don't know how good that game would be for Felfor in that situation, but
yeah, it might have been better than this one.
Interesting block. If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure DJ has brick. But Felfor is a very good tracker, so I mean maybe he's trying to just eliminate the road situation a bit.
Yeah, I mean it's also when you're making 4 cards off that, it might just.
Oh, he steals from Marisu.
I guess he's going for the 5-10-12.
Wow. It's not like he has a lot of other options, right? Like 4-3 or 5-10-12.
Mm-hmm.
It's just unfortunate. Like, I think you got to be hitting DJ here, unless they're playing for second.
Yeah, DJ is melting this table right now. He's hitting all the rolls he needs, and he's not making any mistakes. He's not. So I think we've seen in this game a couple of mismanagement of like hands. Like for example, Kelly porting away the city. I think we should just probably spend the city. And we've seen a couple of strange trades or picks. I think DJ has basically made none of those mistakes. And he's also rolling perfectly. So
no night.
Kelly plays funky. That's right. Real great. And DJ wins. It looks like DJ wins. Yeah.
Sometimes the most straightforward setup, wins the game. So we're not there yet, but it's not looking great. Not playing a night,
He doesn't need win conditions either.
Yeah, I mean, if he's
They
got a
can't
VP,
defend
it's 3 roads and subtle wins.
He has 3-3-1 ports. That's true. Yeah, when you have 3-3-1, you unlock the universal 1-for-1 port.
Interesting sequencing from DJ to drop the road and then port everything.
Yeah. All right. Settles. Well, Marisu will get rolled before this game ends. Pretty confident of that. So he's going to get at least 7 points here. There is a big question mark for me about if he can build a city. Oh my god, and he did drop an ore. Wow. Okay. Yeah, he dropped the ore and he gave away the other ore before. I mean...
Well, then you have to assume maybe he has another ore in his hand.
No, he's just... I think the extra card in his hand is what he stole from Porpor because he had to guarantee the settle.
You're right, yeah. Actually, it might have been worth it just to pop from there, you know, just like go for the Hail Mary.
Probably as a weak, yeah. I guess he settled just to not take any risk there, but...
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice 12.
All right. Hey, a couple 5s. That's Woodport live. Nice message there, Daph. Nice little spam.
Yeah, nice little spam.
Oh, he's getting some rolls.
Was it the 12? Yeah, it was the 12. Is that it?
12 into the 10, I believe.
If Marisu hits a 5 here, he's actually quite happy.
Gotta avoid some rolls here.
Oh.
Never mind. And I think it's probably Jack the Wheat here. Yep, pops. I think actually better for Marisu was the pop there, because if he can potentially get some kind of pacing on Army, but just giving DJ the ability to start taking Army is a problem.
He has the best rolls for it, just off the 6 and the 5.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Alright, let's see. Is there a world where they can somehow turn this around? He needs to see it.
Well, it's like, how do you balance out the win conditions, right? Because Marisu is probably going to try to double play because it's like he doesn't have much time to do much else. Kelly, I mean, like, give Kelly perfect 5 rolls and he's still behind.
1 second.
Yeah. That's a good point as well, Sesame. Just kind of mentioning the fact that nobody's popping. It's just like it's giving DJ more space and time to do whatever he wants. You know, if he wants to road settle and get points that way, if he wants to pop and go for Army, pick the VPs. Kind of seems like the board probably needed somebody to be the devil here. Oh! Massive roll. Great city. Hey, Kelly's locked in 6 points. Okay, so Kelly lost an ore there. Yeah, I mean, Kelly needed that.
All right, I'm back. What I missed?
We saw an 11 roll and another city go down by Kelly.
Whoopa.
Okay, we're getting some devs going here. Very likely, if DJ plays a knight, he'll steal an ore from Kelly, given his hand. I think it's actually a guaranteed ore.
It has to be, right?
No. So essentially, what they need to do is make sure that... okay. I see you fell for. They need to avoid an 8 here. I think the 8's... Oh, wow.
Oh, that's spooky. And
that's really bad.
If he rolls an 8 or a 9, you can defend that ore in his hand.
So 2 non-knights for DJ.
Oh, nice.
Jesus. So I think he needs to take road. I mean, if we're putting DJ on 2 VPs, that is a problem. Okay, so this is for the road drop.
Does this exist? Or brick and wheat? Yeah, right. Yeah.
No, probably what's going to happen, he's probably going to have to 4-for-1. Which is actually pretty nasty.
Get your 2 points. Yeah, I mean, this game is... The only reason why I was looking at that 6-10 for Marisu as an expansion is that currently your game is completely dependent on the 5. Even if the 6 rolls, he can't spend it without the 5.
Correct. Yeah.
So it's a little tricky.
Which is also just a good roll for Felfor and DJ.
Yeah. Oh, 9.
Man.
Shit. I guess you self-block 4 here. No.
Oh, I don't know
He
why.
likes-
I don't.
Oh.
I mean, he just has it. I mean, if he
No, he
has
needs
2
a pop.
VPs, it's game.
Needs a pop here so bad.
Well, no, he has 2 roads in hand.
DJ?
He's very close.
Yeah. Actually, he has 4 brick, 4 wheat.
Than whatever he stole from Kelly.
Oh, and, okay, so there's an ore in there, which is, yeah.
Well, maybe he lost it. So yeah. But I mean, 5 should be winning.
Yeah.
That
5,
four's
9 should
winning.
win. 4 should win.
8's not winning right now.
9 wins, I think.
Oh yeah,
My
GG.
God.
I think that was a mistake. I think Marisu had to. Okay, yeah. I think Marisu. Oh, and the brick port. Oh my God.
Damn.
I think Marisu had to drop the road there. Maybe it didn't even matter though after monoing 9 brick.
3 9s in a row. Yeah. After a 10 too. Crazy. But he full won.
They were pretty fun dice. I mean, the 9 was quiet for what, the entire first half,
Yeah.
and then just
And
went
opened up.
absolutely berserk. Ended up being one of the most rolled.
Jeez.
So it's hard to believe. I mean, if he has a VP, I'm pretty sure he has it, right? Just road settle road.
Yeah, that should be it. Is he?
Oh,
what?
So he doesn't.
Can that really? Well, we're gonna have to check the replay after this.
Does he not see the brick port?
I refuse to believe that he doesn't have to play that to road settle road.
He might not see the brick port, Dev.
He had 20 cards. Oh.
Okay, all right. I mean, it's definitely road settle here. Unless he's just going for extra points.
Oh my God.
So,
Wow.
I think he made a mistake there, did he not?
He wasted a brick. Yeah.
Like he got into brick port
he
and
did.
then.
Well, he didn't need the dev in the first place. If he has a VP, that is. If he has 2 monos, then yeah.
But I'm assuming he didn't see the brick port.
If he didn't have a VP, if he had a VP, then he missed the win straight up. If he didn't have a VP, then he might have had to calculate something else.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Huh.
Man, I'm excited to see the replay now.
Yeah. Okay, well now they got to figure out some road situation.
With what brick?
Yeah.
No, so Marisu's hand is literally, I think, 4 wheat. He's got 4 or 5 wheat and an ore.
Mm-hmm. No wood anywhere, no brick anywhere. Kelly 0 cards, Felfor 2 cards. Jeez.
I don't see how you deal with this. I mean, what, you going to 4 for 1 all the available wheat on the board? Twice?
I mean, you basically need to get Felfor. I don't even. What do you even do?
Yeah, so essentially what needs to happen here is a 3 and a 10 have to roll, and then they have to feed Felfor a couple rows.
5 would help too.
Yeah, but ideally you don't want to put wood into DJ's hand.
That's true. Dude, I just yeah. It's probably over here. They've been left completely optionless.
I really think he didn't see the brick port. Based on how he played that.
Yeah, I mean, even if you wanted to buy the dev, you should still spend the card more efficiently at the brick port. So I don't really. He definitely missed something there.
Well, unless his intention, one way he could look at it is like if he pulls the VP, then he can drop the 2 roads. So maybe that's the idea. Is
Right. Okay. I think it's more likely that Porpor didn't have a VP.
Yeah.
And that he still didn't pull one because he could have still taken a road.
Mm-hmm.
Right. He rolled settled instead. So Porpor in theory has no VPs right now. But it's a non-knight and something else. So he has a mono or a yop. What the hell?
I mean, but everything's good here. I mean, he just. Oh my goodness! Just a little bit too late, you know. Just.
Nice 11.
Oh my
there's
god!
the other mono, yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness!
Okay, but he has no VP still, so he's
It
on
doesn't
7.
matter. I mean, it's just over for sure.
He wins, yeah.
Well, sometimes it's sometimes you gotta be good, and sometimes you gotta be lucky. It's nice to be both.
He did have no VP, so he didn't miss the win, but he did waste a card. But he could have won, right? Okay, yeah.
I think that was his idea, right? Was to try to
Yeah.
pull the VP for the win.
So he actually played it perfect.
Never doubt, DJ.
doubt. Nice. Okay. That was pretty interesting.
I really
Yeah. She robbed
Yeah, I'm
me
just
for no
going
reason.
through.
At the end of the game.
It was really
Yeah,
close. I don't know what to say.
Yeah, I mean, this we saw this position, right? I mean, as far as the potential of getting the 8-9, I mean, it's just so much production. It's really hard to block. You have the best wood, the best brick. It's like, and the best ore. Like, you have the best of everything. I mean, it makes sense to why this is such a dominating position. And then you factor in pulling 2 monos, the 9 going crazy at the end.
Yeah.
Not a big surprise here.
I just think 849 is the
monster.
Is the best spot on the board. I think you get guaranteed 3-1s. You get very good 3-1s expansions too. Like
yeah, I agree.
The outs are very good.
I mean, we can agree like the 895. We can see the attractiveness of it in terms of just like pure production, but in terms of getting advantage, I think the ore is actually really good here.
Yeah, I just think 894 is better. I mean.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I think you might look at that wooden brick and get caught up in it, but if you go 894, you're happy with your wood options because it's like 610. It's whatever, like 5-3, 4-3, 5-10, 12. You always have some wood somewhere.
You know what?
Yeah.
Dav, you made a really good point too, as far as kind of the butterfly effect of, when Kelly points right, and then the road gets contested for the 11-4.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of things happen because of that. Right,
yeah.
The amount of trades that got shifted around, the blocks and the steals from Kelly hitting Felfor.
A thrown away city basically for a road. I mean, that's the impact of that.
Yeah, and then obviously Marisu. I do think like he probably could have made a play for Army to put a little bit more pressure on DJ, but he's in a weird spot where he's kind of split in both ends, right? Like he's trying to take road and Army with no city.
Yeah. You got questions for us? Well, I've got Dandy in the booth, so we're kind of chatting it through now a little bit. I have a lot of the thing. I actually have too many questions about this game. We'll see. Are they talking about it? Yeah, I think if Kelly had got this early city up,
right?
Maybe got the steal on Porpo, which I think Porpo is always a threat here anyway. And here's the card you need. The card that you need worse than anything, the card that you would throw away a city for. So like, you need it that bad. I think you should rob for it. So,
well, here's the question for you, Dav, or I guess anyone that's watching. Like, what's the true value of the 11-4 for Kelly? Maybe picking up the sheep, but there's actually a decent amount of sheep between like the 8 and the 6. Versus like if he gets that city up, he maybe trades a few of those ores for some of the sheep. I mean, I could see a pretty decent development card game potentially building up, getting Army. So it just kind of feels like he slowed his game down for minimal return, going for the 11-4.
I think if you had managed to, it was a 1-3 pull there. If you managed to get the roll down in the city, I think Kelly could have got to 8 points, considering in hindsight what Porpo then rolled afterwards or whatever. The 11s did continue to roll. The 4s did roll a lot, to getting that was helpful too.
Yeah, the 3s rolled 3 or 4 times after he ported for the wood.
Yeah, that too.
Which is
I think the setup, he found an out that can definitely wreck the game if it does well. And it started off well. It got really slow for most of the game, and then it picked up a little bit at the end again. But that is high variance for you. I still think, when you have an advantage like that at the beginning to that extent, you should make the most of it. I think that didn't happen.
I'm trying to think, is there any way that maybe Marisu or Kelly could take the 9-5-3? Because like the ability to go 9-5-3 to 8-9 is
9-5-3 is actually quite fine for Marisu, honestly.
Yeah, the maneuver to the 8-9 is, I think, one of the best road settles in the game here.
If all you have to do is to make a trade with Felfor or something, you say, you start with some of the break, give me a break, and I'll just play this whole left side, and you can play for road, and I just want the ports. I don't know.
Yeah, 3-1 wood port.
Yeah, sheep port is also handy there. I think sheep port did get slept on a little bit.
Yeah, the 6s I think slowed down a bit though. Weren't as prevalent as the 8s.
Yeah, I think it's just a matter of for Marisu. You know, if you're already giving away, or I think my biggest issue with how Marisu played the setup is I don't think the setup is inherently bad. I think that he misplayed by not really taking the city into account in an all-less game where the city's not going to be easy.
Correct. Yeah.
Trading away or.
Yeah, he almost had it. Let's go back to the hand real quick and just see if we can. I didn't really kind of see what he was. Felt like he was maybe a card off.
He was a card off, yeah.
So in my mind, the question is, could he have traded for it? So I guess we're looking at. Yeah, I'm looking at your screen here.
Yeah, he was one card off. There was loads of wood on the table. There was also wheat on the table. Porpor and Kelly both had wheat.
Yeah. I mean, there's got to be a trade there. Whether you're giving maybe 2 for 1 just to kind of complete your hand, but the city is real. I mean, he needs a city regardless. And it's not like he's going to have many opportunities because once the 5 starts rolling again, I mean, DJ is in a good position potentially to snipe road, or you never know. Like he could even road build to the 5, 10, 12.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, so you can offer, for example, here you can give 2 wood and a brick for 2 wheat with Kelly, or brick and a sheep for a wheat. And brick and a sheep with, for example, that's a trade that Porpor is never going to say no to. Like Porpor here is holding 2 wood and 2 wheat. You give him a road and the sheep in hand.
Yeah.
I mean, that's an amazing trade. Gives you a nice city and allows you to access other like potential win conditions, like the road, but also just the power rolls. I think you still do want this sheep port. You want the 6s and the 5s to kind of lead your game into the end.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah. Tough.
Yeah,
and not to grill everybody on the table, but I think the 6-4-2 up it just had too many knock-on effects here.
Yeah, I think in this case, you know, we've seen the game was not necessarily badly played, but I think everyone made some mistakes apart from DJporpor, and he just ran clean all the way to the end, got rewarded for his play. So that adds up to me.
It happens, and 2 monos, we'll take that.
Yeah.
I wish I have if I can have even half that luck in my game, I'll be happy.
Yeah, for sure. Well, Felfor's already left the VC. I'm going to ask about the ore and stuff situation. We should hang up from Skype though. So
yeah, I'll be here. I mean, I'll let you do your thing, okay?
All right, man. It's thanks for coming on.
Yeah.
Fun to have you.
Thanks, Dev. Appreciate it.
See you, Dandy.
5 with the wheat and 6-10.
Yep, and then you could go to 10-11.
Yo, I have a couple of questions. Marisu, why did you give Kelly your ore?
What do you mean?
You traded away an ore at some point, and then bought
That was
Dev.
insurance. That was insurance.
That was insurance.
No.
No. I got an ore, I think, from Kelly.
No. You traded away an ore to Kelly for a sheep and a wheat, and then you bought a Dev. This is in the second half of the game. I've got it. Turn 38. You traded an ore to Kelly for sheep and a wheat, and then you ported wood for an ore, and then you bought a Dev.
38.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see.
Because you gave up on committing to road.
And I didn't understand because I didn't understand why that happened, because you you were a card off a city, and then you had the wood to buy a dev anyway.
That was probably a huge misplay. Can't find it right now. 30,
That's funny.
30, 37?
38.
38.
It was your
okay.
turn, yeah.
It's Kelly's turn.
No.
Oh, you sent me something great.
Turn
I'm
38,
looking at the
not
replay
action
right now.
38. Yeah, like the turn in the bottom right. Yeah.
Ah,
Majority,
okay.
though.
Okay, yeah. 38, okay.
Mm.
H. Okay. Let's look.
I wasn't
this up.
sure. I mean,
Okay.
Kelly, do you remember what this? Did you propose something here? I don't understand what this trade was.
Why I did the trade?
Or like, I don't understand how it happened. Was it who suggested it? Like, what was the?
I did it because I thought that I could just like, how can I get a city here? I can't get a city here, right?
Yeah, you could trade. You could definitely get a wheat from.
It was him that framed it to me. Basically, he said that.
Yeah, I should.
be able to
I should have done. I should have done a brick for wheat here. I should have asked for brick for wheat. That was a huge misplay.
I think you can guarantee a wheat. I think you can guarantee a city here.
Yeah, would you have taken a brick for wheat, Kelly?
I only wanted a dev in that spot.
No, you
I don't
could.
care
I mean,
about-
even with Porto, you can give him brick. If you're desperate, you can even get brick sheep and you guarantee the city. I mean, he'll definitely do
Brick
that.
sheep for wheat. True. Yeah, that was a huge misplay by me.
I was just wondering, like, why I didn't know if there was some verbal deal about trading.
The thought process I think was big. The thought process by me was I think that I thought I would need to port for the wheat anyway, but I just could have traded for it. Which is like, yeah, you're correct on that.
Was the 6 wheat blocked at that point?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Okay, well, also sorry, I'm a bit late to say it, but GG's Porpor. Congratulations on the win in round 1. It was dominant.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It was good. I was a little rusty. It was good from.
Any other questions?
Yeah, quite a few actually, but I don't wanna. I'll probably not keep everyone on stream to do it. There's quite a lot. There's quite a lot about this game. Yeah, I mean, Porpor, I guess 2 monos probably helps unrust you a little bit. It's handy.
Yeah.
I don't even think he needed it.
No, I think any devs would have won at that point.
Yeah.
Like, I think the spot production was pretty good.
Yeah.
I think getting the 849 at second, that was the killer.
Yeah, I was saying the same thing on stream. I think that was already winning for you, just getting that spot.
As 3rd and 4th had tough placements here.
What would you have taken if 489 was picked?
That's what we were thinking. I think I was thinking I was between 5-9-10 and 8-9-5. I think I just got convinced to do 8-9-5 because you could pair it with 6-10 with the sheep port.
Yeah, I thought so. Okay.
But if you get 5-9-10, I think you don't really get. I don't know. I don't think anybody's hitting you the whole game, and maybe you get road to win 6-4-2 to connect. I'm not sure. I think 8-9-5, 6-10 is a little more straightforward.
Yeah, I mean, I was even thinking if you wanted to kind of be the anti-Porpor here as Felfor, you could have even taken the 8-9 on the left, which is kind of weird, but it could work.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think you just rolled perfect and you played perfect. I didn't really see anything that you did weird. We thought that you might have missed the win, like with the brick port, but I guess you were going for the port win.
I think I did. Yeah. So I was gonna pull if it was a VP, just roads.
Yeah.
I think if I settle the brick port, I'm a little more flexible. I want to replay that. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. So, because we came to understand your intention was that you could potentially have pulled, and then taken a roll to win. If you rolled settled, we obviously with a VP would have just won. If you rolled settled,
Mm.
you port 9 brick to roll settle. Get 6. You have 4 left.
Purple?
Yeah, I'm still porting a ton of brick to settle. So
Yeah,
I
nice.
don't think that. I think it's the same. I think I could build. I mean, I could have built one more road to get longest road, but I didn't.